If you were obsessed with video games as a kid, there is no purer form of time travel than playing those games again. But even if you've got the games and you've got the console in some dusty old box, how do you get that all connected to today's modern TVs? Well, I'm gonna show you how. All right, now if you're working with a console from the early 80s like an Atari 2600, you're likely dealing with an RF video output. The simple fix for this is to buy an adapter. This is an RF to coaxial adapter. Lets you plug right into the antenna or cable input on the back of your TV. Make sure your TV is tuned to channel 3. So you want to take the cable that's running out from the back of the Atari, plug in that adapter that adapts it for a coaxial input. Now back here you're going to see that antenna input or cable input. You just want to screw this on. We're all screwed on now. You can do it! Ah! All right, the great news here is that you can resurrect your extremely vintage 80s video games. The bad news is that the RF video output coming out of this thing is about as bad as you're gonna get. The other bad news is that by making use of the antenna input or the cable input on the back of your TV, you're excluding the ability to use your actual cable if that's how you're hooked up. You can invest a few extra bucks though in getting an AB switcher box. That way you can switch to cable when you want it and switch to your retro console when the mood strikes you. All right, moving down the line, a little later 80s here, you've got the Nintendo, the original NES. You're gonna have a better option here than you had with the Atari. You still got that RF video output on the back if you need to make use of it, but they do you one better and they give you composite video output along with a mono audio output. So you can use this with a standard RCA video cable. You're gonna plug yellow into yellow, red into red, and then you're gonna do the same thing on the back of your TV using the AV input. Switch our video inputs. I'm gonna go AV1. Boom! Skate or die, the Nintendo lives. Check this out. This is one thing you're gonna notice with a lot of these old games on the new TV. It looks great. This guy doesn't. But the video game looks great and it's filling up the whole screen. And that's not what we want. The original systems here were all standard definition, so this TV is kind of tricking us and it's stretching the picture. It thinks that's what we want, but really, let's fiddle with the TV settings to get the picture size down to a 4:3 standard definition aspect ratio. Might not fill the whole screen, but this is true school. This is how you want to do it. All right, now after you've gotten your fill of the 80s, it is time to move on to the 90s. My representative here is the Nintendo 64. Once you get to this era, a lot of manufacturers started using a swappable cable when it came to the video output, so you can kind of match the video output for whatever kind of TV you've got, what kind of inputs are on the back. In this case, the cable that came with the Nintendo 64 was a composite video cable, but if you look on the aftermarket, you can get up to an S video quality, which is going to give you slightly better resolution than you get with the composite. With the composite video cable though, you can pretty much use the same system that we use for the Nintendo, except the added advantage is that you've got stereo audio out instead of the mono audio from the Nintendo. Yellow, and that yellow and green connection right here. And then now we've got stereo audio, so we go red to red, white to white, boom. All right, now even if you don't have any of these original consoles, but you still have the games and you want something to play them on, there's something you should know about. This thing is the Super Retro Trio by a company called Retrobit. $70 gives you a system that lets you play Genesis, Super Nintendo, and original NES games all in one box. You get 2 controllers, you get video connections for composite and S-video. This thing would have made me a ton of friends in the 80s, and now you can have it. It's pretty great. All right, so there you go. That's how to get your vintage video games up and running with your modern TV. Now all I need is my boombox and my Top Gun soundtrack, and I'm back in the 80s. There you go, Pac-Man. Let's get some ghosts.